Now, I do plan on covering this more in depth. See, I don't really follow these people. I'm not a fan of Nightwave. I'm not a fan of Daywave. I'm not a fan of Adonis. I'm not a fan of any of these so-called programs. So I don't really know any of these stories, this mythology of these people. But apparently Mersh had, there's apparently evidence that he had licked a male stripper's scrotum. Now, this is him trying to explain that. I'm going to look for this and then cover it more in depth if I find it. But this is the guy that's calling me a creep.
And they're literally public. By the way, these are the detectives on Reddit that, they're 2 years of extensive detective work, and all they have are pictures I literally openly posted publicly to the world, and it's very...
He openly posted himself with a male stripper to the world, apparently? Is that what I'm getting from this? I mean, this is the first time I'm watching this, so I don't know.
Funny. By the way, every scoop that the trolls have on me is a thing that I've been like, yeah, I talked about that. Or they'll find a photograph that I put out there and then immediately be like, he was a gay prostitute.
He's putting out photographs that people can show that he's a gay prostitute? That's disturbing.
No, I was a drug dealer to gay people. And I'll tell the story. I've told this story before. When I was trying to make money and get out of a bit of a hole that I was in from my...
Where is this going? I was a drug dealer to gay people when I was trying to make money. Yo, I've worked with enough chicks that were heroin addicts when I worked in mental health to know where this story is probably going. Let's see where this is going. I'm actually curious because this might be going the same place where a lot of the girls that I helped when I was working in mental health, I would help them get into drug rehabs and get their social services and stuff. Is this going the same place where I think that's going? You know, I don't know.
Being blacklisted from strip clubs and getting arrested for DUI, get my car repoed. I went through some shit. I needed money just to survive. And I got in with some dudes that I'd always known from my club days and started...
He got in with where he started. Let's see where this is going.
Selling cocaine.
Oh, whew.
And
I thought that was going somewhere else.
Lucked out, actually, because we were part of there was a bunch of people involved. Sort of like, you know what? It actually was more like the New Day Co.
He's gonna start talking about there were a bunch of people involved. This might be going to a place with a circle jerk. I don't know where it's going.
Up from the wire. There was a bunch of people in town who had different clientele and territory and areas, and they decided that if we all worked together quietly, that there'd be less ass whoopings and there'd be less beefs and there'd be less, the prices would go down and we could all work.
Something tells me the only beef in this situation is going inside Mersh's orifices.
Together like a bunch of globalist corporations, supposedly, allegedly, as Nuke is saying.
You gotta like how he's pretending to be a mafioso in this. It's frickin' hilarious.
A lot of the people that were involved with that stuff were very...
A lot of the people that were involved with that stuff. I was a homeless bum selling cocaine. I don't know too many cocaine dealers that are homeless bums, though. Hey.
Yeah, let's say urban.
Let's say urban. Ah, I know what he means here, huh?
Let's just say a lot of those people were urban. But in working together, everyone had more security. Because if you fucked with anybody in that group, everybody kind of looked out for each other. So I wasn't so tough, but the tough boys looked out for the not-so-tough boys. And then the guys that weren't so tough...
Well, at least now we know why he turned down boxing Alan Powell, because he admits he ain't that tough. But he does outweigh Alan Powell by probably like 200 pounds if you ever see how round. Mersh is actually built like a beach ball.
But that were good diplomats, like myself, could do diplomacy. And things like
Good diplomats. He can barely speak. Could you imagine this guy doing diplomacy?
that and white guy stuff. They were very homophobic. Let's just say that. They were very old school and very homophobic.
And Mersh knows that. Why? How does he know they were homophobic? Was he engaging in activities that might incur the wrath of people that are homophobic?
The gay part of Ybor, known as Gayborhood at the time,
Mersh was dealing coke in the Gayborhood.
Ironically enough, probably one of the best grossing parts of Ybor City. It was a
Yes, because gay people have disposable income and do any drug that's not nailed down. Anybody knows that. Come on, dude. Get to the point where you're talking about, whatever you did with the male stripper.
Constant open air it was hand over fist money, but because
I thought he was going to admit to being fisted.
all the black and Hispanic and hardcore like ghetto dudes were all fucking super homophobic, it was a hot potato that everybody threw around. And so in a moment of genius, I was like, yeah, I would like to take the gay part of town.
I would like to take the gay part of town and perhaps the gays in the gay part of town. I think that is what he is saying.
Please, I will handle that. If everybody else is so...
He will handle that.
Goddamn uncomfortable with being on the west side of Ybor, I have no problem.
Now, mind you, this is Mersh the conservative, Mersh the ideological purist, Mersh from ROTC, Mersh the conservative, Mersh the gay coke dealer? Is that what we're hearing here? Wow, dude.
That's fine, because these people don't ask for credit. They don't ask for a front. They don't ask for... They buy you a drink. They it literally.
Mersh, they're buying you a drink to make you inebriated so they can have their way with you, dude. That the blacks and the Hispanics are right, homie. Dude.
And by the way, you know what gay clubs are full of? Women.
Gay men, actually.
Gay clubs are full of women.
I thought they were full of gay men, actually.
That's it.
That's why they're gay clubs.
And I had to deal with people all the time that would be like, damn, homie, I don't know how you be dealing with all these faggots, yo. You know what I mean?
What's actually funny is that's what was going through my head the whole time that he was saying this.
Like, paying my bills. That's, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to tell you. So, yeah.
Is there a limit to what Mersh will do to pay his bills? I wonder.
That also turned into, there's pictures of him in gay clubs. He's a gay guy. By the way, everybody's like, dude, be careful, say allegedly, say that it is beyond 7 years ago. That's the beauty of saying it. I'm now at the
It's beyond 7 years ago, so it didn't happen.
statute of limitations level where I can actually go, yeah, that shit happened. But that was, and I inherited the crown jewel, where as far as
the crown jewels,
like money wise, but everybody was like, I can't go down there, man. I can't deal with them fucking homos, dog. They'll be all gay and shit. And I was like, dude, I'll go down there. I'll literally set up shop at one booth. I'll sit in one booth.
He seems a little too comfortable in the Gayborhood. Just a little bit too comfortable in the Gayborhood.
All night. You guys are going to be running around, fighting hood rats, chasing some guy up the street for $20 that he owed you from 3 weeks ago. No.
I don't know. I think I'd rather deal with the hood rats.
Me, brother. I just got people going, how much? Okay, so let me go talk to my friend. So you need to...
Mersh speaking in his natural voice.
Okay, I'll just go to a cash machine. You know what I mean? It was beautiful. So yeah, I take no shame in that. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do to survive. And I'll be the first to admit I'm not a hood rat. I'm not a tough guy. I wouldn't have made it in the streets. I took advantage of a very advantageous position and did diplomacy. Did pretty well too.